When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
John Legend, Sheryl Crow, Elvis Costello, and Alanis Morissette star in the MGM Plus original series, Words and Music. Iconic artists share intimate performances and the stories behind the songs. New episodes Sundays on MGM Plus.
What happened to the streets? 21 Savage album review. Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It Music Reviews Season 11. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. Guys, I wanted to end off a week with a pretty good banging ass episode to end off the week. And why not? We've been talking about 21 Savage all week, all weekend, etc., etc. It's finally time to do a whole ass album review. Now, by the way, guys, we got the new setup going on, so the audio might be a little different than what you're used to, but hey, new things, new changes, goddamn, let's get into it. Now, before we start, I just want to tell you all my format of how we do album reviews on this show. Now, first of all, we're going to go over 3 overall points of how I'm feeling about the album, and then we're going to go on to every single song and rank every single song 1 out of 5, and then I'll give you my final overall thoughts, and then we'll have a score at the very end. So, let's just talk about this damn album. What happened to the streets? 21 Savage. 21 Savage hasn't dropped any music in quite a while. He was kind of radio silent in my opinion. And then I saw this rollout, this whole rollout on Twitter, everything happening with this album. Honestly, I kind of enjoyed all the buildup that was, going on. I think one of the things that I do like is when artists actually, have fucking rollouts. I mean, goddamn, most people just randomly goddamn drop. And then they wonder why their projects, isn't getting that, quick recognition or getting that quick, boost because, well, you just dropped it randomly one day. Not everybody is Kendrick Lamar. So, that's definitely something. Now, starting off with my first point about this album, let's talk about the production. Now, look, the production of this album, it kind of reminds me of, trap music in the 2020s, that kind of beginning time where, you always had these really bassy 808s, you always had, drums really hitting hard. I think all of these beats actually do really deliver well, actually do come together when you're listening to the song. And in fact, too, I also enjoy the fact that, about this whole entire album, the production is definitely one of the better standouts here. There's some beat with some good piano. There's some dark melodies that's always happening throughout this album. Now, is this anything groundbreaking? Is this anything that, that I've heard before? We're kind of running into a little baby type of situation here. So production overall is nothing crazy, nothing too out of the ordinary here. I think it gets the job done pretty well. My only thing about this production is that, I kind of wish there was some, production variety. I feel like as the album goes on, one of the things that I do hate about this production is the fucking voicemails. Holy shit. How does a whole entire album have so many songs where I'm just hearing 20 seconds, 30 seconds of talking? Can't even make this up. Literally, we are having voicemail conversations and then the song starts. Most of the time, they got nothing to do with the songs because 21 Savage is rapping about 21 Savage shit. And then the voicemail is just like supposed to tie it together to make it sound crazy and deep and all this stuff. And it's just like, come on. Get to the goddamn point. Why the fuck is there so many moments where I'm just hearing voicemails over and over and over again? I mean, come on. Look, guys, one of the things that I hate about albums is if they really go too crazy. If they do too many voicemails or too many interludes, too many moments where, the beat is just, and the voicemails are overshadowing the beat, overshadowing the song, it's just not a really good thing in my opinion. It doesn't make, any fucking sense to have any enjoyability of the album when I'm just listening to the same goddamn voicemails. the same ass 20-30 second talks. What in the hell?
The Who's down in Who Newville were making their list, but some didn't know Walmart has the best brands for their gifts.
What about toys? Do they have brands kids have been wanting all year?
Yep, Barbie, Tony's, and Lego. Gifts that will make them all cheer.
Do you mean they have all the brands I adore?
They have Nintendo, Nespresso, Apple, and more.
What about...
So the Who answered questions from friends till they were blue. Each one listened and shouted, "From Walmart? Who knew?" Shop gifts from top brands for everyone on your list in the Walmart app.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. You're ready to move your business forward, but first, you need to find the right team. Start your search with Indeed-sponsored jobs. It can help you reach qualified candidates fast, ensuring your listing is the first one they see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs are 90% more likely to report a hire than non-sponsored jobs. See the results for yourself. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, Hilton stay, oh, Hilton stay. Your beds are soft and cozy. No lumpy couch, no stiff futon, no shower line at crack of dawn. Oh, Hilton stay, oh, Hilton stay. A holiday you're saving.
When you want holiday comfort you can count on, it matters where you stay. This season, enjoy spacious, comfortable rooms and friendly service when you book with Hilton instead. Hilton for the stay.
Like, you hear my silence, I'm just absolutely flabbergasted. Like, what the hell am I even fucking listening to, in my opinion? So, that's definitely something. But now, guys, let's move on to my second point. And by the way, let's go over features. Now, we have a Young Nudie feature, which, honestly, I didn't really enjoy. We got a Drake feature, which, Drake was pretty alright, pretty okay. Drake gets the goddamn job done. But other than that, I'm not really enjoying it that much. There was a Lotto feature. I think the Lotto feature was pretty okay, pretty, good. And then we get a Glorilla. I actually do like what Glorilla, did on here flow-wise. But I can't get behind, the fucking lyrics of this goddamn song. I'm just being real with y'all. Now, we even had features like G Herbo, and we also had Metro Boomin coming on again. I haven't talked about Metro Boomin in quite a while, but he has actually one of the producer features on this album. We also got Lil Baby. Lil Baby's verse was, pretty alright, pretty, okay. It's just the typical Lil Baby shit that I fucking hear all the time. And then the other feature to end off this whole album is a guy called Jawan Harris. Jawan Harris's feature was ass. I'm just going to be real with you. His singing did not sound good at all. I mean, his singing was like if I fucking, put my nails on a goddamn chalkboard. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's what it fucking sounds like. So that's definitely something. Now, my third overall point about this album, too, is also, guys, 21 Savage's performance on this whole entire project. And what do I feel about it? Well, I think overall, most of these songs are okay. Because 21 Savage does have a pretty nice flow. But then I run into the same problem where 21 Savage is just kind of, doing the same flow. Doing the same vocal style. Doing the same flow on the same type of beat. That I've heard so many goddamn times. And I just kind of sit here and I kind of go, damn. Maybe we could have switched it up. Maybe 21 Savage, after his year of not dropping any music, maybe he could have learned how to do a new flow. I'm just being honest with you. 21 Savage's performance started out good, and then it just kind of got kind of mid as I kept listening to the goddamn project. So that's definitely what I have to say about it. Now, guys, let's go over every single track off this album and rate it 1 out of 5. There are 14 songs. This is a 47-minute long project, so it's quite lengthy to get through. It's not none of the shorter albums that I've been reviewing on this show. And hey, Lil Baby and 21 Savage are in that same goddamn ballpark. So let's get into it with the first song, Where You're From. By the way, for Where You From, I will say the voicemail is okay for an intro track. Alright, if it's an intro to an album, I'm not going to knock the voicemail that much. I do like the dark chords on this beat. I do like the production. I like how 21 Savage raps on here. This track is pretty good. 4 out of 5. Ha is the next track. Haas' hook is surprisingly pretty entertaining, pretty funny to listen to, but I'm not really enjoying it that goddamn much. So 3 out of 5. Step Brothers featuring Young Nudie. Young Nudie's verse was just kind of the point where I just went, is this song still going on? Is this shit still fucking like rapping? Can we just kind of end this song? I feel like it's just doing way too much. Just to be honest with you, 2 out of 5. Cup Full. Cup Full is so basic, so boring. The same ass production, the same 21 Savage flow. It's like I'm listening to fucking DaBaby, but it's 2025, and I just fucking hit the mic. First time I've ever done that in my goddamn life. We never had a mic to hit on this show, but here we go. That's how I fucking feel about it. 2 out of 5. Pop It, featuring Lotto. Now, I've already reviewed this track. I've already said my piece about it, but I will say, Pop It. You know, the hook is pretty entertaining. And Lotto's verse was not that bad. 3 out of 5. Mr. Recoup featuring Drake. This track is alright. You know, going back to it, you know, when I listened to it that night, I definitely had more of a hype for it, you know, when I was listening to it at fucking 12 a.m. But now as I re-listen to it, it's okay. Drake had a pretty good verse, and then, you know, 21 Savage did his thing, but it's just not really, you know, scratching that itch. It's not really, you know, bringing something new. It's a 4 out of 5, but it's a 4 out of 5 that I could say could go down to a 3. Now, Jump Out's the next track. Jump Out, you know, it's got a pretty nice beat. The trap, the 808s, everything of this album comes together with this song. 3 out of 5. Dog Shit featuring Glorilla. Again, I've done a review for this, but Glorilla's verse is so laughably bad. The hook is so laughably bad that it's just making me go, is this album dog shit? 1 out of 5. Code of Honor. I do like G Herbo's verse on here. G Herbo sounds really good. And honestly, 21 Savage sounded really good on this beat too. 4 out of 5. Gang Over Everything, Metro Boomin. I love the luscious production by Metro Boomin. But 21 Savage kind of, you know, turns down the vibe, alright? You know, he kind of raps, he overstays his welcome. And I'm saying that he overstays his welcome, but I'm saying the song is way too goddamn long. Alright? 3 out of 5. I don't even know why I did that, but I did that. Halftime Interlude. Halftime Interlude, you know, I do like the luscious production. I love the synths. I love the background vocals of this whole song. So overall, I'd easily give it a fucking 4 out of 5. Now, these 3 succession tracks, Big Stepper, basic as hell, boring ass beat, the same 21 Savage flow, 2 out of 5. Atlanta Tears featuring Lil Baby. Besides Lil Baby's mid-good verse, nothing to the song either, 2 out of 5. I wish I never checked out this goddamn song. 1 out of 5. The singing on the feature is so bad. The way this song is structured is not really good either. I didn't really enjoy it. Now, guys, overall, you know, when we talk about 21 Savage, what happened to the streets, I'm going, what happened to 21 Savage? I think this album had some good intentions, had a pretty good start, but it kind of just fell flat. And it's the same thing with Lil Baby, except Lil Baby's album, goddamn. From the first song to the last one, I had no fun listening to that album. At least here, there was a couple of tracks that I did enjoy. So overall, I'm going to easily give this album just a simple 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10, guys. What y'all think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications, guys. We're dropping new content.
My name is Percy Jackson. Getting in trouble is like breathing for me.
The hit series returns to Disney Plus and Hulu.
The danger is greater than you can possibly imagine.
What about Grover? Save Grover. Save camp.
Percy Jackson and the Olympians. New season now on Disney Plus and Hulu. Learn more at disneyplus.com/what's on.
To every single day.